along with plenty bad. But ugly is something I simply never had. A bucking bronco never stops kicking. So while the clock's ticking, here's the thing about the wicked. If you lay them to rest, they ain't gonna sleep good. So...
Hey kids, this is Jack. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Outer Worlds. If this is your first time here, glad to have you. Welcome aboard. If you've been here before, as always, I am glad to see you again. I'm glad to have you back. Whether or not you've been here before, or you're one of the guys who watches all my videos, and I'm sure there's one or two of you out there. It's good to have you. I hope you enjoy what I'm doing here. I'm enjoying what I'm doing here. Right now I'm just looking. Look at this. This is a great environment. That is a big planet. Okay, so we're on a moon to a planet, I'm guessing. And that's another moon. We got rings. This is cool. Excuse me. The environment is just gorgeous, isn't it? Look at this. Now, it wants me to go here, but it also, I can walk off that way. Is there a map? There is, in fact, a map. Okay, it looks to me like either way takes you to the same place. All right. That is a marauder. Now, it occurs to me that I've forgotten a lot of the controls. However, I haven't forgotten how to shoot. Small percentage of weapons and armor you may find considered pristine. They have more durability. I missed part of that. I am going to have to look up the controls for just a second. Settings. No controls. Okay, so this is it. This is all I'm getting. Most of this is for... Here we go. Okay, no, this is for a controller. I'm not on a controller. I'm playing on PC. Okay, so in other words, I'm just going to have to trial and error it. I mean, I know that there was a special... There it is. Okay, I found it. Alright, that's Q. I was wondering about the slow-mo effect. I remember how to sprint. I remember how to crouch. I remember that it stays crouched. I remember how to jump. And of course, obviously, I remember how to load and reload my pistol. What is that? Let me see something real quick. Okay, this is basically the same. How do I unequip something? Okay. Well, I've got two guns. I don't know if I can use two of them, but I've got them. There's my extending staff. There's my machete, and there's my pistol. This is a graveyard. Not sure what this is. These are all graves.
Oh, hey, where'd you come from?
Hi, Silas.
Don't go ambling out in those hills. That's marauder territory, friend.
I'm just passing through. My pod crashed in the hills back there. My pod crashed.
Odd. What are you on about? You take a bruise to the cranium? Ain't safe out here. You'd best head into town. Avail yourself of Edgewater's high walls. And low prices.
Right. I never got your name. I'm Elizabeth Grumps. Do they pay you to chat with strangers? Nice to meet you. I'm Alex Hawthorne, captain of the Unreliable. Is that why you've got a pair of armed guards?
Pleased to make your acquaintanceship. I'd shake your hand, but I've been hauling corpses. You don't want none of that on you.
This is true.
Name's Silas. Junior in humor for the town of Edgewater. We're all part of the Spacer's Choice family.
Who do I talk to about a power regulator? I'm looking to make him a little money while I'm here. This place looks like it's falling apart. Junior in humor, fancy title for a grave digger. I'll be on my way. Let's see.
Definitely not the junior in humor.
Yeah, that's true.
If you've got business inquiries, you should stop by Reed Thompson's office. He's up in the tower above the cannery. Head into town, follow the road.
Okay.
Look, you obviously ain't a worker. What's your racket? You a smuggler? Freelancer?
I'm a starship pilot. Depends on the work. I do what I want. You're asking the wrong person. I'm not interested. I do what I want.
Got a knack for being discreet like? There's money to be made, long as you keep your nose clean. Edgewater is a company town, board-owned and operated. That includes the cemetery. None of us own our grave sites. We rent them from the company. Renting means money. Money means paperwork. Paperwork means signatures. Some of our families become a mite delinquent in paying their dues, you see?
You want me to collect what's owed to you? I can do that. You're making people pay for their own graves. Why can't you collect these fees yourself? Let me ask you about something else. I'm sure you'll figure something out. Excuse me.
4 workers still haven't paid up. Phyllis, Conrad, Ludwig, and Martin Abernathy. He's a special case. You may want to twist his arm a little.
Okay. Why is Abernathy a special case?
He just is. Look, I don't want to get into it. Just make sure he pays up.
Okay. Where can I find these
Conrad's
people?
got a barbershop in town. Phyllis works at the cannery most hours. Abernathy, I ain't seen him in a few days. His domicile is near the cannery.
Okay.
You'll find him in town. All except Ludwig, that is. He's over by the landing pad.
Right.
Yeah?
Town must be in pretty bad shape if it's keeping you employed. You lose a lot of people to marauders. Have you heard any news about Hope? How long have you been a junior in humor? This town must be in pretty bad shape.
You could look at it that way, I suppose. You could look at us and say, those Edgewater saps lost near every soul to plague. But you'd be
Plague.
wrong. We're survivors. Loyal company folk, brave in the wilds.
You not worry about falling sick?
Every now and again, a virulent plague sweeps through our town. That's life on the frontier, I suppose. A body grows accustomed.
Okay.
Hang on, I'm doing some math in my head. 20, 30, carry the 1. All my life? Work's been real good to me. Fresh air, exercise. Only problem is the paperwork. Can't get anybody to pay their gravesite fees.
You lose a lot of people to marauders?
Former people, yeah. Marauders been raiding my graves, you see. Hence the armed guards.
What are they after? Loot? If you got a marauder problem, I can take care of that.
Oh no. They are after the most precious loot of all. Spacer's Choice Company property. If those marauders swipe any more bodies out of my cemetery, company's gonna duck my pay.
The bodies are considered... Right. Okay, here we go. Main quest. Task. Punched. Okay. Find a power regulator, find Hawthorne's ship. I know where Hawthorne's ship is.
Beats working at the cannery.
I suppose it does.
I could really go for some saltuna.
Edgewater. Let me get a drink of water. I don't figure it's polite to walk around town with a gun. Emerald Vale. If you'd like to try choices for skills and perks, try out the respecification machine on your ship. Okay. Nope, that's not going to do it. Hold on a second. Sorry about that, guys. Spacer's Choice. The Man in the Moon. Edgewater discovered. Hot Meals live music when available. The old Saltuna, 2 bits off.
Spacer's choice takes care of its own.
Okay. Barbershop.
Please don't touch anything. Your hands are probably crawling with germs. Physical hygiene recapitulates moral hygiene. Cleanliness is next to lawfulness.
Right.
So everyone says, until someone forgets to cough into their elbow, and then we're all dying of plague. I'm Conrad. You will report to me if your hair fails to meet Spacer's Choice aesthetic standards. You will also report to me in the event of your death, whereupon I will clean and prepare your remains for interment.
I'm looking to repair my ship. Silas sent me to collect your dues. Prepare my remains for what?
Ah, gravesite fees. Silas and I had talked about this at length. I thought I'd made it clear my pecuniary situation precludes the necessary restitutions.
You mean you're broke?
As broke as pie crust, friend. Bidless, indigent, destitute. I simply cannot afford it. I am a blemish on the prosperity of our fair settlement. When I expire, I expect Silas to toss my body into a ditch.
I don't care, pay up. You have a very loose definition of the word prosperity. That's some quality drama, Conrad. You should audition. Don't be so hard on yourself.
Thank you, no. I despise the cereals. Tell Silas I can't afford to pay. And that I fully expect to have my medical rights revoked for this dereliction. With my apologies. Some time ago, I fell ill with the plague. By the grace of the law, and through my own hard work, I'd proven worthy of treatment. Frankly, I don't imagine I'll earn that right a second time. The barber work hasn't been profitable, you see. I've had to keep this old place running with my own savings.
I don't have time for this. Just give Silas an IOU.
Not a bad idea. But I'd need some kind of collateral. My pair of lucky clippers. No, that won't do. Your idea intrigues me, but I'm afraid I don't have anything to give Silas. I'm open to suggestions.
I'll let you know if I think of anything. I don't have time for this.
Much obliged.
Just in case this doesn't work out. Whoa.
What can I do for you?
Looking to repair my ship. You sound like you've had some training and know a thing or two about medicine. I got some questions for you.
Oh? Am I in the company of a fellow doctor?
Only if we use the term doctor loosely.
I am a Spacer's Choice certified surgeon, and if you must know, I can stitch a severed thumb with a 58% chance of avoiding gangrene.
58%. I've got some questions for
Go
you.
ahead.
You seem pretty
Edgewater has
enthusiastic.
been good to me. I consider myself privileged to work here. I am never wanting for work, not since the plague started. The plague's come at us with a vengeance this year. Lost 6 workers in as many months. I wouldn't call them good workers, mind you. If they were any good, they'd have been treated. Still, it is a shame. Fever, chills, fatigue, aching, vomiting, an excess of phlegm, a tendency towards belly aching.
Why don't you treat all your workers?
Whatever it may be, I have developed my own palliative. Boiled canid liver and a splash of ethanol. Company policy, friend. We don't have enough medicine to treat all of us, so we treat the best among us.
Right. Whose idea was that?
Mr. Thompson's brainchild. Have you met him yet? Thoughtful-looking fellow, stares out of his office most hours. What can I do for you?
I just thought of something.
A ship? Dear me. You seem to have lost the ability to distinguish between reality and fantasy. This is what happens when you let your imagination run wild. I don't approve of fantasizing. It's a dreadful habit, corrosive to the mental faculties. You ought to let the vicar take a look inside your head. Vicar Maximilian, our man from the OSI, here to spread the message of scientism like a soothing balm upon a feverish head. Or so you'd expect. You'll find him in our local church, probably neglecting his duties.
You don't seem to like him much.
He doesn't seem to like us much. The vicar has not been with us long, and in his relatively short tenure in Edgewater, gives off the distinct whiff of superiority.
Had your rations yet?
Yep. 2 whole cans of salt tuna.
We don't get a lot of visitors.
Right. Wanted, Guillaume Entrim. From the Spacer's Choice Department of Retirement, a writ of execution effective immediately for Guillaume Antrim, former Spacer's Choice Associate Mechanic, terminated from his position and escorted from Edgewater on the grounds of unauthorized use of an Andrina time. Wanted for destruction of company property, murder of company workers, in good standing, theft and unauthorized use of medical supplies, generous bounty, payment on delivery. Must be able to sign your own name. See Constable Reyes for details. Interesting. From the Spacer's Choice Department of Retirement, a writ of execution effective immediately for Bert Cotton, former vicar stationed in Edgewater, vicarage no longer in good standing with the Halcyon Branch Order of Scientific Inquiry, at large and dangerous, wanted for destruction of company property, murder of company workers in good standing, sedition and unauthorized use of medical supplies, generous bounty, payment on delivery. Must be able to sign your own name. See Constable Reyes. Writ of execution effective immediately for Mabel Burgess, former Spacer's Choice physician, condemned on charges of dereliction of duty. Disappeared from Edgewater with 2 parcels of adrenochrome, at large and dangerous, wanted for destruction of company property, murder of company workers in good standing, vandalism and unlicensed practice of medicine on seditious criminals. Generous bounty, payment on delivery, must be able to sign your own name, see Constable Reyes. Okay.
Wish we had some better rations.
I know how you feel.
Yes, Mr. Thompson. I'm fine, Mr. Thompson. Whoa, did Mr. Thompson send you? You tell Mr. Thompson I'll be right at my post. Tomorrow. Bright and early tomorrow. Because I'm definitely not plagued. As spry as a spring chicken. That's old Abernathy.
Take it easy, Mr. Thompson didn't send me.
And what are you doing here? Visiting? Well, let me give you the grand tour. This here's my domicile, and there's the door. Silas knows, doesn't he? That's why he sent you. That's why he wants me to pay up. He knows. Sounds like he's already told you. You may as well hear it from me. I'm dying. I'm not long for this world. The date of my expiration is fast approaching. And soon I shall be ushered through the great cannery in the sky.
That is very disturbing.
Has to be. Silas knows. He knows I got one foot in my grave, and now he wants to charge me for the other one.
The fact that this is all very capitalistic, and it's all very disturbing. I'm sorry to hear about it. I'm sure all very tragic and heartbreaking. Pay me so I can get out of here.
I'll pay your fees. I don't want any trouble from Silas. But if you could see a way to freelancing for me, I could really use the help.
Depends on what you need.
Couple hours out of your day and some light second story work. That's all. There's a cache of anthracillin tucked away in the old community center. Powerful stuff. Stronger than what we got, anyway. I need you to break in, nab that medicine, and bring it back to me.
Okay, I'll do it.
You oblige me with your haste. I think I feel the plague spreading. Oh, Law, it's in my spleen now. I can feel it.
Anything I should know about the community center? You take an awful risk. Yeah.
Just keep your head down when you're in there. Marauders have taken over. Probably tracking mud all over the archives. I know that, but I got nobody else to turn to. Reed would have wrote me up. Constable would have locked me up and wrote me up. Could have gone to see the good vicar, but I never did find my courage.
You're making a mistake working for Abernathy. Excuse me. I'm Esther Blaine, Spacer's Choice Actuary. I overheard your talk with Abernathy. I hope you're not thinking about getting him that medicine. Abernathy is a well-known hypochondriac. Anthracillin is wasted on him. You're better off selling it to me instead.
What do you need it for? He's got symptoms of something. You're saying it's psychosomatic. I'll think about it.
All I'm saying is Abernathy's worked in this town longer than some of us been alive. How do I put this gently? He's got a lot of cobwebs up in his attic.
Okay, what do you need it for?
I probably shouldn't tell you. Don't want you implicated for what I'm trying to do.
Let me worry about that. That's not shady. I'll have it your way.
Alright. Here's a summary. A lot of sick people in this town, and we don't have the medicine to treat them all. Can't reach out to corporate without crossing a river of red tape, so I'm reaching out to you.
Abernathy's paying me for my trouble. Can you match his offer? I get it. You need someone to smuggle your medicine under the table.
Something like that. Look, I'm not in the habit of law-breaking, but sometimes you've got to do the wrong thing for the right reasons. That's all I can ask of you.
Okay. This place is like a swamp. No wonder people are getting sick. Looks like it's locked.
The grease monkey, Argo?
I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson, sir. You asked why it's taking so long to fix. The answer's technical.
Don't apologize. Just try using small words for me.
The can's bust open in the oven because she's set to cook saltuna, which isn't what we've got.
Excuse me just a sec.
I think there's someone here to see you.
Focus, Miss Holcomb.
Sorry.
You and I are still talking. Let's start over. Walk me through the process. Show me where it's going awry.
Well, sure. It's mostly on account of what we're feeding into the mechanism.
It puts food in cans. Food, we have cans. Why won't it work like we need?
She's expecting something.
Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself.
Are you Reed? I was told I should talk to you. You must be the town boss. I'll wait until you're finished.
I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform.
I think you have the wrong idea about me. Uniform, what are you talking about? I don't work for Spacer's Choice.
Of course not. I don't have that kind of luck. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
My ship needs repairs. I'm looking for a power regulator. I don't plan on staying long.
Only regulator we got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power.
This guy's... wow.
But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process.
Okay.
My proposition benefits the both of us. Please, hear me out. There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way.
When you say mostly abandoned, what do you mean?
I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there.
Tell me what I need to do. What a surprise I would never guess. I don't think these people will take kindly lose their power. You mean marauders.
The people living in the botanical labs. They're deserters. Former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home.
Ah, okay.
My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town.
Okay.
Adelaide's older than the other deserters. She's dignified, kindly. From what I understand, her camp looks to her for leadership.
These workers...
That reason was me. I asked too much and pushed too hard. But I am ready to make amends if they are willing to return to the fold. We belong to one community, the Spacer's Choice family. If we dissolve into factions, then we will all perish separately. Adelaide will understand.
This sounds very reasonable. I wonder how much of it's bullshit. All right, I'll see what I can do.
My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me all he knew. I could come in useful. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented and may prove useful to you. You will need an administrative passcode in order to enter the plant. I am trusting you with mine, and trusting Miss Holcomb to guide you if you'd like.
Sure.
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
I've just picked up my first companion.
Best
Yay!
of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a
She
lot
seems
to ask
nice,
of a
too.
stranger, I know.
Okay, companions. You've gained. Whoa! I just got a. Okay, I just got a achievement. You gained a companion. They are characters that join you in your adventures, help you in a variety of ways. They provide combat support. Their skills enhance your skills. They increase your carrying capacity. You can unlock special companion combat abilities in the inspiration skill, and so on and so forth.
No, honestly, did you not read the colony policy that defines you as company property? That wavers your say in autonomy. The conglomerates got you in lock and key. We put the dollar back into idolatry.